I've been meaning to share this with you all since a very long time. Welcome to the D.E.E.R Ones podcast. My name is Jawani, correctly pronounced as Dvani. I'm a Gujarati girl, 23-year-old who packed her bags and moved to London to do her Masters of Science in International Business with Data Analytics. But I think that's enough about my background for now. So what are we here for? We're here to build the most abundant versions of ourselves, like the 1% of the world. Of course, with our unique, authentic self. Now you'll think, what's different? There are so many podcasts, so many books, so many people already talking about this, already teaching us how to be the most abundant, the best version of ourselves. But does anyone tell you how it feels to be in between? In between the transition phase, in between the phase going through the process of that transformation where it feels dark, where it feels like you're stuck, where it feels like you're questioning yourself every other minute. And that's exactly what we're here for. We're here to get through that in-between phase, but together. I want you to think of it in this way. For a caterpillar to become a butterfly, it has to go through the process of metamorphosis. Now, during that process, it has to go into a cocoon. And what happens there? It doesn't immediately transform into a butterfly, but it stays there in the darkness, not knowing whether this is actually the end or not. It has to dissolve its old form to create a new one. And that's exactly what we have to do in order to step up, in order to level up, to reach that version of ourselves. Sometimes being in the cocoon and shedding away our older version can feel so heavy that you just feel stuck. And you're not stuck because you don't know how to become that version. You're stuck because you've got your beliefs which you've grown with. All of it just suddenly feels like confusion, exhaustion, irritation, and just silence, withdrawal. And I want you to know that you're not regressing, but reorganizing yourself. The confusion, the irritation, the frustration, it's there because your old version cannot exist anymore in order to build that new one. It has to go away. It has to die. This stage is meant to be dark and confusing. The cocoon is dark just so that the system can focus inward for the growth. But this growth is going to be invisible. This growth is something that's internal. People around you may not notice it. But is that fair? No, everyone has a chance and everyone deserves to be the best version of themselves. Everyone deserves to change. Because change is the only constant. We know that. And while you're in this process, trying to force the clarity sooner than the real time will just interrupt the process. And you'll fall in a whole loop of being your old version again. We're talking about the old version, the new version, and the phase in between. But what do they want from us? The old version wants comfort, familiarity, familiar coping patterns, avoiding risk, discomfort, and visibility, staying good enough to protect ourselves from failure and disappointment. It's happy with the old labels of being a fixer, a compromising person, and a person who always puts someone else before themselves, especially for people pleasers. It wants the same emotional stats, the overthinking, because now it knows how to deal with it. It knows how to stay with it, how to stay in the victim mentality. And what does it want from us right now? It's asking us to not leave it behind. Please don't leave me behind. And what does our new version want from us? It wants the growth, the uncertainty, the alignment to our higher self over approval. It wants right choices made internally and not just something defensive from outside. It wants to let people misunderstand us. It wants us to trust our own self, to know that we can be, have, and do anything and everything we want in life. It wants permission to fail as many times as required to reach wherever we want to reach. It wants integrity between the inner world and the outer world. It wants us to say no at the right places when it's about valuing ourselves. It wants us to put ourselves first without guilt, to be more honest, grieve more, love more, enjoy more, be loud, but without judgment. It wants us to make conscious choices, habits, relationships, the one where we bloom, not the one that drains us. It wants us to let go of the people, the places, and the surroundings that do not serve us anymore. It wants us to create a life that just screams, "This is my life and I have made it." Now that we know what our older version and what our new version wants from us, it's time to go through this transformation and take a step closer to the version we're becoming. It's going to be a series of 11 episodes because I love 1111 and I believe in it. It's going to be a series of 11 episodes where we learn to navigate through this darkness and this in-between phase together. The first thing we're going to do is practice these 3 things. Noticing the voice without judging. May the voice be of your older version, may it be of your new version. There will be arguments, there will be confusion, there will be noise in your head whenever you're about to make a decision, but we will normalize that noise. Let both of the versions speak to us. Try to listen without having to choose any side. Try observing and accepting both versions as yours. Allow yourself to take more pauses. You don't need to straight away label your feeling, your voice, or anything. You need to sit down without self-attack. Mute or probably just lower the volume of your inner critic for now. And you can't be scolding yourself for not evolving quick because good things take time. I don't know how old are you watching this right now, but if you've lived one version of your life until now, to be a new version, it's going to take a while. Accept it. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen with conscious choices, the moment you decide to take charge of it. Now, as we're getting closer to the end of this episode, I want to firstly let you know that if you reached this far, if you've been listening, I'm really grateful for that. Before we meet again, I want you to do these 3 things if you're actually committed to becoming the better version of yourself. So, do it. If it doesn't work, you're not losing anything. But if it works, thank me later. Number 1, write a list of the things that no longer fit in your life. It can be people, it can be places, it can be clothes, it can be friends, it can be anything. Make a list. Number 2, say it out loud or to yourself, however you like it. I give myself the permission to be in this cocoon phase. I do not need to know who I'm becoming yet. Number 3, I want you to create some boundaries for yourself. Start saying no to unnecessary plans where you end up feeling drained. First observe them, of course, but then say no to them. Because this time, you're not pleasing others. You're pleasing yourself. Choose rest over performance and don't explain yourself. Okay, so we're finally at the end of the episode. But before we leave, I want you to take a deep breath in with me on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold. 1, 2. And exhale with a sigh. And since you've reached the end of the episode, I'd like to make a confession. I'm not fully there yet either, but I choose this version of myself today. If you are too, then we're walking together. And if this video felt relatable to you, do let me know. Also, let me know if you have any questions or any suggestions, anything you want to let me know. Keep smiling, beautiful souls. We're becoming a butterfly.